Hello, hello, friends. Thank you for joining me again for some drawing. It's another week. We're going to do some more drawing for 3 days in a row. Count them 1, 2, 3, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, just like we always do. So I haven't seen you since last week. It was the weekend. I hope you all had a great weekend. I know it's already Wednesday today, but it's been a while since we all were hanging out together. I like to watch movies a lot on the weekend. I saw a beautiful movie about Van Gogh. What an incredible artist. I was wondering, why did Van Gogh become a painter? Maybe he just didn't have an ear for music, you know? Well, why don't we do some drawing? How about that, folks? I think it's time to get together and do a little drawing. So, we're going to do that now. And here we go. All right, I've got a little something special in mind today that has to do a little bit with the weather outside. A little bit. And you'll get what I mean in a second. Now, when we do these drawings, the way we work is we do straight lines like that, okay? We also do zigzags, sometimes just a zig or just a zag. And we also do curvy lines, right? Little curve like that, little C curve, little S curve. And that's all you need to do these. And all you need is a piece of paper and a pencil, a pen, a crayon. Does not matter, okay? So, if you're ready to draw, let's go for it. And I'll wait for you all to get your materials while I check the chat and say hello to some folks and see who we have. Let's see. Hello, Sam, John, Miguel. Nice to see you. Vanessa, Mark, Pia. Nice to see you all. Lena, thank you for joining today for some drawing. Remember, this show is for all ages, great for kids, I would say maybe 5 and up, because you can follow along and draw with me in the first part, which is the You Draw It section. We're going to do that right now. We're going to start with one of those nice little straight lines, and it's as easy as this. We're just going to go bam, just straight across. All right, straight across your paper. If it's not a perfectly straight line, who cares? Don't worry about it. Not a big deal. All right, we're going to follow that up with a little swooping line that goes a little something like this. Watch. I'm going to just swoop on down. See, it's kind of straight, but it's got a little bit of a curve to it, and it's about the same length as the first line we drew. When we're doing these drawings, keep in mind the length of the line. I'll try and give you some hints as we go, like saying this is this long, half the length of this, or 3/4 the length of that, or 7/8 the length of this. Don't worry, I would never do that to you. But sometimes I'll say it's half the length of this or that, okay? And hopefully that helps a little bit. Now we're going to do a little C curve. Are you ready? Here comes a C curve. C curve. Okay. It's a little one. And notice how it's kind of facing straight down at the end, right? Alrighty. There's our C curve. All right, now here comes a little diagonal line, and it is a little one. Watch. I'm just going to cut back like that. And that's all there is to it. Then I'm going to come from here up to here with a little curve like this, and then a straight line back. Now, at any time, if you have a guess about what we might be drawing, you can, of course, just chime in the chat, and I'll take a look and see what we got, okay? Sometimes people guess these really fast. All right, we're going to do another little C curve, okay? Watch carefully. Here we go. I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to curve down like so, and then stop right about there. All right? How's everybody doing? Following along? Okay. Next, watch carefully. I'm going to come straight back this way. So, straight back. And notice I'm stopping at about the point where we made that first change in direction. See that? So these are about the same place. All right, I'll check and see if anybody has any ideas. Pia, how on earth? How did you get that so fast? Gosh, I kind of don't even want to say it out loud, but if you're reading the chat right now, you'll see that Pia has hit the nail on the head. My goodness. Whoo-wee! Okay. Now, next step. We're going to pause for a moment, okay? And we're going to come back to about here, and I'm going to do a big C curve. All right, now watch. It's about halfway between where this area ends here, this little section here, and this area ends. So between these two areas, watch this big C curve. C curve and stop. Alrighty. Okay. Now comes a big circle. Watch this circle. It's going to be right about here. And I'm going to just show you without actually drawing about the size of that circle. Okay, so I'll zoom in a bit so you can see this. Here we go. Big. Like that. Okay. Now, watch this. I'm going to do another circle, but I'm going to stop part of the way. So watch, I'm going to start my circle. Okay. And I'm going to leave a space right there. The reason is I want to draw a V shape here. I'm going to come in and then pop back out like that. Look at that. So yes, we are drawing a fish, but not just any fish. This is a goldfish, but not just any goldfish. This is in fact what's called a fancy goldfish, and you'll see how fancy it is in a moment. All right. First, we've got to add a little bit of detail here. We're going to start with a little fin right here. Now this is going to be very easy because watch how we do this. We just do a line out this way and a line out that way, a little longer, and then a small one like that. That's all you got to do. 1, 2, 3. 3 straight lines, right? Now, all I do to connect them is a little C curve, and I let some of these lines stick out. See that? Okay. Alrighty, now we're going to do a bottom fin. Now watch this one. This one's going to be a big C curve like that. Look how long that is. Big C curve. Okay? But it's not like a extreme C curve, right? It's a shallow C curve. See the difference? Extreme C curve, shallow C curve. So this one's a shallow C curve. Now right next to it, I'm going to do another shallow C curve, but it's going to be a little shorter. Watch, shorter. Okay. And then next to that one, we're going to do another one. A little shorter. All right. And then just one more tiny one. Boop. Like that. Okay. Now, here comes the fun part. Now, I want you to see where this line ends. The very first line we started, see that? Here's where it is. I'm going to drop down from there. I'm going to give myself a little spot to aim for. Okay? About there. So it's a little to the right, but kind of directly underneath there, more or less. Now watch this. I'm going to make a C curve that connects to there. So I'm going to come out and up. Like that. Out and up. All right, everybody with me so far? Now we're going to do another shallow C curve, okay? And like we sometimes do, we give ourselves a target, a place to aim for. So I'm going to make that target about here, right? Make a little dot. So if you give yourself a dot on the page, you have something to aim for, something to shoot for on your paper. And I'm going to do another shallow C curve down to here. Watch this. Shallow C curve, pop, right there. Okay. Now, underneath, I'm going to do a straight line, and I want it to line up with this, okay? Slight angle upwards, but not very big. All right, so I'm going to aim about here. Give myself something to aim for, okay? And then another straight line, straight up that way. Bam. Okay? Alrighty, now, we are almost there. We are doing great. So, more fins on the way. Are you ready for more C curves? Watch this. I'm going to start about here. And I'm going to go C curve, and I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3, like so. Now we haven't done anything to connect these yet, but you'll see how we do that in the end. Alrighty. Now it's time for this big tail. Now, the reason they call this a fancy goldfish, wait until you see this tail. Massive C curve coming up. Alright, so I need to shoot for all the way up to about here. So I'm basically taking the entire length of the goldfish body and I'm going to double it out for that tail. Okay, more or less. So I'm going to come out to about here. Now, I can give myself a little target right there if I want. And I can even look about halfway and give myself another little target. So then I can go C curve out to about there. And look at how shallow this is. This is an enormously long C curve. Pick up your pencil if you need to make it that entire length, that entire distance, okay? There you go. And by the way, I'm drawing much larger than probably a lot of you are drawing on your paper, which is fine. It's better to draw these a little smaller so your hand isn't moving so far across the page. Makes it easier to do, right? But don't worry about it. All right, now we've done that first one. We're gonna do it again, okay, starting from about here. we're going to come out to about there, right? So this time I'm just going to zip right through it. Bam. There's that second one. We're going to do a third one, and it's going to stop about here, okay? Third one. Massive, big, fancy goldfish tail. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, that's where we're going to stop for a moment. Now on the underside, watch this. I'm going to curve the other way, but I'm not going to come out this far. Watch. C curve. Bam. Stop about there. And then I'm going to do a second one. Okay. And then just a little third one like that. And that is almost all we need to do for the tail. There's another little step I'm going to show you in a moment, but first we're going to do the top fin. Are you ready? Watch this. Now I'm going to curve up, following the same curve as before. Watch this curve. Imagine it just keeps on going. Okay, watch. Whoa, like that. And now I'm going to go next to it and do another C curve like that. And watch, I'm just going to carry down this way. And then another one like that. And another one like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think I'll just add one more right there. Now comes the fun part. We're going to connect these. And watch how we do this. It's going to be C curves that change direction back and forth. They're going to flip on you. So the first one is going to go in like that. The second one's going to go out. So we're like making an S curve. See that? Then, watch this one. It's going to have to curve all the way in here. In, boop, stop right there. Okay? Now, same as before. In from the bottom, and then out from the top. And now you have that beautiful, fancy goldfish tail. Now what you can do is you can add little C-curve lines like this in between if you want. Okay? They don't go all the way in, but that just adds a nice little detail. Now what about the rest of these fins? Well, watch. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go in, out, in. And I'm going to start here, in, out, and in. Now, when I do that, notice I'm leaving some space there for these lines to extend beyond. Okay? Same here. Out, in, out. And up here, I'm going to go in, whoop, out, here, in, whoop, and out, and in once more. Look at that. Okay, now what about this cool eye we drew? Well, look, I'm actually going to color that in now, okay? Like that. There we go. And that gives you that cool effect of like there being a big reflection on that big goldfish eye. All right. Now it's time for some more details. Are you ready? Here they come. C curve, right? In between these two and to the right, another one. And I could drop one down here. The key is to have them alternating, okay? Nice little bits of texture here and there, right? Okay, now comes the part where you make the drawing your own. You want this goldfish to be living in an environment of some kind, right? So you could add some bubbles if you want, a little circle like this. Do a small circle and then behind it a bigger circle. That's cool. You can overlap your bubbles, right? Small, medium. Change the size of your bubbles. Have them move kind of up in an S curve like this. Here's a little thing you can do as well for your bubbles. You can draw a little shape like that. See that? Extreme C curve. And that's showing kind of the reflection on the surface of that bubble. Okie dokie. Maybe you want to have some seaweed. So I'm just doing wavy lines. Wavy lines are what you do here, right? Wavy lines, wavy lines. And then I just, on the outside of those wavy lines, I just draw little lines like this. And that shows the seaweed. Okay? But you can have whatever you want in the drawing. Make it your own, okay? Lots of cool things you can do. I can do other little underwater plants. Doesn't matter, right? Maybe some little rocks and things. Up to you. So it's time for us to use a little bit of magic shrinking powder. shrink this guy down, push him over to the right because it's the animal and activity game. Now this is where you suggest an animal and I try and draw it, and that animal has to be doing something interesting, something weird, something strange, okay? So it could be an animal jumping rope, it could be an animal riding a bike. We did that last week, riding a skateboard, playing a game of checkers. You know, do something with the animal that makes it a little unexpected. And I'll read your suggestions in the chat, and then I'll try my best to draw it really, really fast and still leave room, if you can believe it, for an art tip, okay? I like to try and sometimes give you a little tip that'll make your drawings a little bit better. Something to think about, something to chew on, something to munch on when you're doing your next drawing, okay? Alrighty, so I hope your fish turned out great. And remember, you can always send me your drawings on Twitter at Kyle T. Webster on Twitter. I love to see the drawings. I also love to share them with my colleagues at Adobe who love to see these. And it's really cool to see the artwork that you all do because it's always your own. It's always unique. It's always different. Every piece I get is completely unique, completely different. Some of them are colored with crayons or colored pencils. Amazing. All right, animal and activity. I'm going to look in the chat and see what kind of ideas you have today. They're going to be brilliant. I just know it. So let's see what we have here. Owl playing the violin. My goodness, I love it right away. I love it, I love it, I love it. Let's see. A sea monkey in space with a fishbowl for a spacesuit helmet. Holy cow. Twee, you're making it too hard for me, but I love it. A hippo on a unicycle. A tiger juggling on a unicycle. A bear eating ice cream. A mouse walking a cat. That's funny. A cat playing ping pong. Oh, I like that. A dragon eating popcorn. These are the best suggestions I've had in a long time. What am I going to do? A tortoise riding a motorbike. Okay, folks. Too many good ones here. All right, let's see. Dolphin skydiving. Too many good ones. A turtle dancing Cuban style holding a glass of soda with a slice of lime. Listen to the details in these suggestions. Phenomenal. By the way, you all should draw some of these yourselves. I want to see these. I want to see these happening. Okay. Rat eating pizza. Haha. I know where that idea comes from. That was in the news, wasn't it, a few years ago? Bear eating ice cream. All right. Yes, Vanessa, I think you are hungry, suggesting all this food. Well, I'm hungry too. It's almost dinner time here where I live. So, okay. I think for today, so many good ideas. All right, it's going to be the cat playing ping pong. That's what it's going to be today. And so, hold on to these suggestions, please, and come back tomorrow and bring them back in because then I will draw. I draw something different every time, and every week it's a different bunch. So here we go. Now, as usual, I got to start with a sketch, right? I got to give myself some space in which to draw on my page. So I have to think, what is the real estate I'm working with here? So I'm going to say, okay, cat is going to be about that size. Okay, there's my cat. I'm going to show the edge of the ping pong table, okay, but not the whole thing. I just want to show the edge so we get some idea of what we're looking at here. Context, right? Context. Alrighty. So there's that ping pong table, and the cat's going to be here, and going to have it be an action cat. Action, action. Ping pong paddle. Cat head. About this big. Arm over here. And the other arm maybe out with the hand up. Let's see. Maybe like that. So, yeah, maybe he just smacked it. This is a smack. Really amazing shot. And, you know, oh, wow. I could even go handshake grip. Handshake grip with the traditional paddle. Oh, yeah. This is for all you ping pong nerds, table tennis nerds. You know the handshake grip. You've seen it. You love it. It's my personal favorite. I use it. All right, there we go. Bam. Cat eye, cat eye. Cat nose. Intense kitty. Woo. All right, big cat ear here. And the big cat ear there. Alrighty, alrighty. So, let's see how we do here. And his other hand out towards me. Wow. All right, so this is an action-filled pose, right? So I got to use big lines. I got to think about gesture, okay? So That arm is coming forward. What do I want to do with the body? I want to push it back. And I think I'm going to cross this leg forward a little bit. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. The other one's coming back. Okay, so I'm thinking like a cylinder, a knee here, another cylinder, right? And a shoe towards me, like that. And then the other shoe, the other leg back here, and a shoe back there. Kitty tail. There we go. All right, now, big action line there. Suggestion that we just made contact. And ping pong ball is flying this way. All right, and there's that table. Maybe even have Kitty off the ground. Okay, that could be pretty cool right there. And let's see, get that shirt collar there. So sleeve number 1. See how we figure these out? You got to figure it out piece by piece, right? It's a puzzle. You're kind of putting it together as you go. Shirt's gonna pop up in the back there. Shorts coming forward there, going back in space there. Get that foot back a little more like so. And there is my sketch. So feeling pretty good about that. Rounder eyes. There we go. Okay. All right, so I spend a decent amount of time on the sketch so that hopefully with the final lines I can just run right through it. So here you go. In about 2 minutes or so, I'm gonna try and knock this out. Are you ready? 1, 2, bam, big eye. Another big eye. Okay, there we go. Kitty nose. And we're gonna do this. Come up, there's that first ear. Try and have a lot of energy in these lines, right? It helps so much. Like once I have that sketch in place, I can kind of zip through the rest with a decent bit of confidence, right? Actually, you know what? I think that's the way to go for that eyebrow. Look at that. Intense. Bam. This kitty's not messing around. Not messing around. Okay, now this arm comes out this way. Here comes that kitty paw. Of course, I'm anthropomorphizing everything, right? I believe that's the word. And then put that back there. Bring that arm around. There we go. Shirt comes down, shirt comes out and back. Interrupt it with that leg coming forward. Like so. Let's get some 80s style long socks on that kitty, because that's just fun. Alrighty. Bam, bam, bam. And down. Actually, let's push that back a little bit like that. I like that. That's better. Stretch. Stretch the body here. Back, and then we're going to handshake grip this paddle. There we go. Where are my table tennis geeks out there? Know what I'm talking about with the old handshake grip. I know you're out there. Don't be shy. All right, cool. Oh, let's get that action line correct. Make sure my action lines are right. And now, push that leg back. Into space. Pop that shoe there. Boom, boom. Kitty tail. Kitty tail. Bam. Put some stripes on that. Okay, and now table. 1 and a 2. And there we go. There's that center line and the support. Ball. Action line. Action line. Smack. Hide the sketch. And how'd we do? Oh yeah, there's that cat. Are you ready for an art tip? We have just enough time for one. Here we go. When you draw heads, gang, check this out. Don't forget, hair grows behind the head. And so what I see oftentimes when I see drawings is I see people draw hair like this. And what we're missing is that and that. Wait a second. Just add a few lines and make sure that the hair grows all the way around that person, okay? It's growing behind. It's not just growing on the side. So don't forget to fill in that hair behind the head, behind the neck. Big, important tip for you there. It'll make a big difference in your drawings. Thank you for hanging out. That was fast. That was zippy. That was exciting, just as always. And so I'm going to see you again tomorrow for more drawing. Same time, same place. I hope you have a lovely evening, a lovely day. I don't know what time of day it is where you're watching, but I'm ready for some dinner. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out. I'll see you again tomorrow. Everybody be safe, be healthy, take care of yourselves and each other. And see you next time. Take care.